Konnichiwa, this is the Shogunstein. If you've been following my channel, or if you know me from my side hustle when I'm not a YouTube sensation, you know I'm a big fan of Jocko Willing, Extreme Ownership, the podcast, the books, Extreme Ownership, Dichotomy of Leadership. 2021, I was lucky enough to attend the muster in Phoenix. Currently, the current muster is going on in San Diego. So back in 2021, I attended the Phoenix muster. Amazing professional development. It was one of the best that I've ever attended. Also, for a long time, I've been drinking the Jocko Go, the energy drink, back from the beginning, back when the drinks were named for people. For instance, like the Black Cherry Vanilla was named for Dakota Meyer. The Sour Apple was named for JP. Echo Charles, I think, had the Mango. Good Deal Dave. Dave Burke had the Afterburner Orange. So I've been drinking the Jocko Go for a while, and they've reformulated it a few times. It again, we can argue the good and bads of energy drinks, but the Jocko Fuel, his vitamins, tend to be much cleaner than many of the other energy drinks and stuff out there compared to a lot of the crap that you see in the supermarkets, you know, the Monsters and the Alohas and stuff like that. It tends to be cleaner. It has the monk fruit. But one thing that with all the Jocko Go formulas in the past, there was always a bit of an aftertaste that took a little to get used to. So again, because it didn't have all the sucralose and a lot of the other artificial junk that a lot of the other energy drinks had, the taste was a little more to get used to because, again, it was cleaner. It was, again, it's better for you as much as an energy drink can be. As some of you know, Shogunstein is a premier F44 athlete up there with Mark Wahlberg, one of the co-owners. So need to get my, sometimes need a little extra boost. Also, I have a side hustle history where I got to get up early in the morning, need some caffeine. I'm not a coffee drinker. So the Jocko's always had an amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee, but it wasn't crazy like an Aloha or even the Black Rifle coffee drink, which I think has like 200, it's 95. And also I think there's nootropics in here also for concentration. But as much as I liked the Jocko, it did have a bit of an aftertaste. And to be honest with you, last batch I got, which was under the previous formulation, I got the popsicle, like nitro popsicle, and I didn't like it at all. Other flavors that I've liked in the past, again, I like the Black Cherry Vanilla, I like the Mango, I like the Afterburner Orange, I like the Blue Raspberry, but there was always a bit of a taste after that took a little to get used to, but it didn't outweigh that aftertaste compared to it being cleaner, having better ingredients in here, and just being better, again, as better as an energy drink can be compared to a lot of the other junk that's out there. But this is the new formulation. You see the cans are a little different. They've changed the formula up a little bit. I opened the can up just before, but Miss Mitzi over there decided to start eating right before I started the video, so I had to hold off here. So we're going to test out the new formula to see how it tastes. Does it taste better, the same, worse? So here we go. Blue Raspberry, Jocko Go. Let's get some. Okay, right away I can tell you the aftertaste is gone. That's the biggest difference. This tastes more like the other energy drinks. So, again, with the previous versions of this, it took a little to get used to. And again, there's a little bit of that taste at the end. I felt the mango, the orange, had the least of it. But at that last batch, I had that nitro popsicle. I couldn't even finish it. I brought over that 44. I gave it to the trainers. This tastes much better. So this is the blue raspberry flavor. again, this is kind of end of the day for me here. So I'm looking for just maybe a little bit of caffeine here. I'll try another one tomorrow morning before I go over to that 44, see what Wahlberg has lined up for us. I think tomorrow is Resistance Day. But it definitely tastes better than the last batch that I've had. And again, because it's sweetened, sucralose, sweetener tastes better, but it's certainly not good for you. So this has the monk fruit, which is a much better sweetener to have. But they have changed this up a bit. Here again is a look at the ingredients. I don't necessarily remember raw coffee bean extract in the previous incarnations. So, I'm not sure what exactly they did, but I know I've heard them talk about it on the podcast and on some of the social media that they did change up the formula a bit, and it does taste much better. It tastes more like, energy drinks that you're used to, but again, much cleaner. Let me just take another sip here. Blue raspberry. Yeah, definitely better. And this weekend over there at the vitamin shop, they're $1 a can. Can't beat that. That's much cheaper than the Fahrenheit, or the kids drink the Fahrenheit. That Arctic Vibe, horrible. I don't know how the kids drink that. That Fahrenheit. I don't know how they drink the Aloha with 200 mgs of caffeine so they can sit in a classroom for 50 minutes. I don't get how they do that. This tastes much better, cleaner ingredients, better ingredients. And again, just, Origins and Jocko Go. Great company. Big fan of the extreme ownership and, again, dichotomy of leadership. Got to meet Jocko, Leif, JP, Dave Burke, Echo. Got to meet all those wonderful people at the muster back in 2021. So liking the blue raspberry. We also got a can of the orange. We'll give that a try. So liking the taste of the new Jocko Go. This is the Shogunstein Jocko Go Blue Raspberry out.